No one cares until you stop caring. On a Monday morning, a young professional sits at his desk, staring at the inbox that still hasn't answered him. He sent proposals. He worked overtime. He hoped someone would notice. But as the clock ticks, the silence grows louder. It feels like nobody cares. And in that silence, frustration begins to build. Have you ever felt the same? Have you ever waited for a reply that never came, for recognition that was never given, for someone to finally say, "I see you"? Here is the truth that few dare to speak. The world does not care as much as you think. And strangely, that is not the end of hope. It is the beginning of freedom. Because once you accept that no one is obligated to care, you stop waiting. You stop begging for attention. You begin to move with your own rhythm. This is the paradox. Indifference can be the key to power. Welcome to Learn English Listening. I am Lydia, your host, and today we are going to explore how one shift in perspective, accepting that no one cares, can change everything. Along the way, you will learn new English phrases, uncover hidden truths, and see how some of the most successful people in history built their strength not on sympathy, but on silence. Before we go further, let me ask you, which city are you joining us from, and what hour is it there? I'd love to know where in the world you are listening right now, because even though our lives are different, this struggle, this search for validation, is something we all face. And maybe, as you sit in that silence, you realize something bigger. Life is not waiting to hand you recognition. It is waiting to see how you move without it. Every second of silence can be either a prison or a blank page where you write your own beginning. Think about the weight of being between 25 and 40. You wake up, rush to work, check notifications, compare your life to others online, and sometimes, deep inside, you wonder, does anyone really see me? Your boss might not notice your effort. Your friends are too busy with their own problems. Even your family can misunderstand your choices. It feels like you are carrying a backpack full of invisible stones. Responsibilities, doubts, fears, and no one else can feel its heaviness. This is the hidden pressure of adulthood. You are expected to work harder, build a career, maybe raise a family, and stay socially connected. But when recognition doesn't come, the silence hurts. It feels like shouting into an empty stadium, hoping for applause that never arrives. Many people live in that silence, waiting for someone to clap, to care, to prove their worth. And yet, what if that silence is not punishment? What if it is training? Every unanswered message, every overlooked effort, every time you felt invisible could be shaping you into someone stronger. Instead of being crushed by indifference, you can learn to rise above it. Let me ask you, have you ever carried a burden no one else could see? That silent struggle, though hidden, might be your greatest classroom, because the moment you stop waiting for others to validate your existence is the moment you begin to discover your own voice. And that voice is powerful. It doesn't need applause. It doesn't need pity. It doesn't even need recognition. What it needs is courage to keep moving, even when no one claps. The hidden truth is that even when no one seems to notice, your effort is never wasted. Every early morning, every late night, every moment you push forward adds invisible layers of strength. Those layers are shaping a version of you that may not be visible today, but will be undeniable tomorrow. Here lies the hidden key. No one owes you care. And the faster you accept this, the freer you become. It sounds harsh, but think about it. When you no longer wait for applause, you stop delaying your progress. When you no longer expect sympathy, you stop wasting time proving your pain. You begin to build not for approval, but for results. Many of the world's most influential figures understood this truth. Thomas Edison failed countless times in silence before creating the light bulb. Oprah Winfrey was told she was unfit for television. Steve Jobs was even removed from the company he built. What do these stories share? Silence, rejection, indifference. And yet, instead of begging the world to care, they built in silence until the world had no choice but to notice. This gives us our first new English phrase, build in silence. It means working quietly, without broadcasting every move, letting your results speak louder than your words. The second phrase is, turn pain into fuel. Instead of letting difficulties drain you, you convert them into energy that drives you forward. Pain becomes fuel for persistence. The third phrase is, carve your own path. Imagine carving a road through a forest. No one made it for you. You create it with effort, determination, and vision. These phrases remind us, indifference is not a prison. It is raw material. You can use it to construct something unshakable. The people who succeed are not those who complain the loudest, but those who keep chiseling quietly until one day their work cannot be ignored. The hidden key is simple yet life-changing. Stop waiting for the world to care, and start caring enough about your own mission to keep moving forward. Silence, then, is not emptiness. It is an invitation. It whispers, show me what you can build when no one claps. And if you listen closely, you'll see that greatness is rarely born in applause. It is carved in the shadows, where only your willpower and vision keep you alive. Now let us climb higher, into the emotional climax. Imagine an entrepreneur launching her first startup. She works nights, sacrifices weekends, pours her savings into the idea. But friends doubt her, investors ignore her, and family members whisper that she should stop dreaming. Most people would break under that silence. She doesn't. Instead, she decides, I will prove them wrong. This brings us to our fourth English phrase, prove them wrong. It means demonstrating through your actions that the people who doubted you were mistaken, not by arguing, not by posting long explanations, but by succeeding despite the doubts. Over the years, her business grows. She faces countless rejections, but each rejection becomes redirection. She learns, adapts, and refines, and when success finally comes, those who ignored her are now standing in line to work with her. This is also where our fifth English phrase appears, rise above the noise. The noise is criticism, gossip, doubt, distraction. To rise above it means to keep your focus and not be pulled down by voices that do not build you. Here lies the paradox. The less you need approval, the more intriguing you become. People are drawn to those who don't beg to be understood because real confidence is rare. So let me ask you, if tomorrow gave you a fresh start, what would you do differently? The climax of this journey is not about becoming cold. It is about becoming clear. Clarity that says, I don't need your applause to keep building. I don't need your sympathy to keep walking. I am already on my path. That is when indifference transforms into magnetic power. Her story reminds us that power is not loud. True strength is quiet, patient, relentless. The world may mock you at first, dismiss your ambition, even laugh at your persistence. But when you keep walking in silence, you eventually arrive at a place where laughter stops and respect begins. Picture a seed planted deep beneath the soil. It waits in darkness, unseen, unnoticed, while the world above moves on. To someone looking from the outside, it seems forgotten. But in that silence, something essential happens. Roots grow, strength develops, and when the time is right, the seed breaks through the surface, not weak, but alive with resilience. This is what silence can do for you. The seasons when no one checks in, when no one claps for you, when no one even asks how you are, those are not wasted seasons. They are seasons of rooting. They teach you to rely not on external voices, but on your own steady growth. Think of it this way. Storms may bend a tree, but roots grown in silence keep it standing. Your silent struggles are the roots. And one day, those roots will support branches strong enough to carry dreams you once thought were impossible. Reframing indifference means shifting from seeing it as rejection to seeing it as training. The world's silence is not proof of your lack of worth. It is an invitation to find a deeper source of strength. And when you embrace that, you stop asking, "Why doesn't anyone care?" You start asking, "What can I build from this quiet?" That change of question is the turning point. Think of the garden after rain. For hours it seems dark, heavy, hidden under gray clouds. But when the sky clears, every leaf shines brighter because of what it endured. Your silence is that rain. It nourishes a strength you cannot see, until one day it bursts into light. Silence is not emptiness. It is preparation. Just as the roots beneath the ground expand silently before a tree grows tall, your inner strength is being built in quiet seasons. And when the world finally sees your growth, it will not realize how much unseen work prepared the moment. Now we arrive at the crossroads. You have two paths before you. One is comfort, waiting, hoping, wishing someone will finally notice. The other is growth, accepting that no one is obligated to care and moving forward anyway. At this moment, you stand between comfort and growth. Which path will you take? Remember the 5 English phrases we explored today. Build in silence. Turn pain into fuel. Carve your own path. Prove them wrong. Rise above the noise. They are not just words. They are tools. Each one is a reminder that your strength is not measured by the attention you receive, but by the resilience you build in silence. The truth is simple. The world may not always clap, but your mission is not to collect applause. It is to create results, to live with clarity, to grow roots that no storm can shake. If this video gave you something meaningful, share it with someone who needs encouragement today. And subscribe to keep walking with us on this journey of English and self-growth. Because once you stop waiting for the world to care, you discover something far more powerful. You care enough to keep going, and that isn't all you need. And maybe that is the most powerful lesson. You don't need the world to validate your worth, because your worth is already present, waiting for you to embrace it. Choose growth, choose courage, choose to walk your path with quiet determination, and let the results speak louder than applause ever could.